Good morning. Today I'm going to go over this worksheet here. What is a compound? So we've talked about elements, and elements are our most basic forms of matter. And that's what we see on the periodic table of elements, right? These are all elements. Hydrogen is an element. Carbon is an element. Oxygen is an element. You can take them all the way down to one atom, and they have a specific amount of protons, like carbon is an element or atom that always has 6 protons. Going a step further are compounds. Compounds are going to be made up of multiple elements. So if we take a look at this one right here, this is water. And we can see that a water molecule is made up of H, which is hydrogen, and O, which is oxygen. So water molecule is a compound because it has 2 or more different types of elements. Here's one on the other side here. This is methane. And what we see is there is a carbon, and then there's 4 attached hydrogens. So hydrogen again is an element, carbon is an element, and our compound is made up of 2 or more of these elements. Down here, what you're going to do for each compound is list the elements that make it up. So for example, we just did water, right? Water, you have hydrogen, that's the H, and then the O is oxygen. And then you just go down this list. Let's look at another one down here, number 3. And I have a compound here, C. It's important to notice the lowercase. That means this is all one element. So C lowercase a. Well, if I look on my periodic table, which you're gonna need for this, C lowercase a is calcium. So I'll write calcium here, but I also have a capital C and a capital O. Well, capital C is carbon. And it's important to notice that that O is not a lowercase o. If it was C lowercase o, that would be cobalt. But this is capital C, capital O, so 2 different elements. My capital O is oxygen right there. So I'm going to write oxygen. And you're going to do that with each one of these examples. You're just writing down the elements that are found in each. And you'll notice that there's just enough squares for each one. Like number 5 here only has 2 squares. So you know there's only 2 elements there. But number 4 has 3 squares. So you know that there's at least 3, and at most 3 elements that make up that compound. All right, hope this helps.